Alright guys, so welcome back here. So what we're looking at right now is we currently have this ginormous area right here that currently doesn't have anything going on for the most part. But what we're going to do is technically, right up in this area, we have what are called the Sea Harbor Pavilions, which is a private group and events venue that SeaWorld Orlando has. So what we're going to do here in SeaWorld Tycoon, as we retro game with this 20-year-old game here, we're going to go ahead and put in some amusements. So we're going to put in the haunted lighthouse back in here. Also going to put in a video arcade, because we got buildings in here that get used throughout the year, so go ahead and have that. And of course, because it's a venue and there's going to have to be like food and stuff, we're going to put in a restaurant. So we're going to go ahead and put in the Mango Joe's right back here. So that's there, and people can get some food from there and whatnot. So we got that little area set up. And of course, because they also do animal interactions, we need to be able to have an animal interaction area. So I think I need to rebuild this area just a little bit. So let me take a look here. What we're going to do is we'll get the smaller arcade. We'll put another of the... Here we go. Yeah. Now I know. So here we go. We're going to put in the small aquarium back in this area here. There we go. And then we'll also put in the small video arcade back in here as well. So right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a nice little path right through here. It's going to lead straight to the aquarium, straight to the arcade, straight to the haunted lighthouse. And then we're going to move our path back here just a little bit, as I'm not ready to open that up yet. And this course will connect back to the main path. So nice little area with stuff going on. We're also going to put in our nice little bushes. Also add a few trees here in a bit once I get this all put in and whatnot. There we go. Get this blocked off so nobody goes running into the other side of the park. So here we go. So let me go ahead and delete something here, delete something there, delete. And then of course we'll put in some palm trees to really spruce the place up just a tad. So there we go, a new little food area. So brand new to the park, and of course we got an amusement as well, the Haunted Lighthouse 4D experience. So we got that back there. Go ahead and lower the price for that, lower the price for this as well. But that just gives us a little bit of added space that's able to be used and people can come and enjoy. So that works out really, really good there. So let's go ahead and put in a SeaWorld sign right there, because why not? You might, we got the guests coming in, they're going to want to be able to check out SeaWorld, and so that way they can get their selfies and whatnot for all of the touring groups and festivities that might be going on throughout there. So you got all that to consider when building this out here. We can also put in the other thing I forgot about, a restroom. So we'll put a restroom right on back there. We'll go ahead and get a nice little path straight to that. So that's there. And of course we'll also put in a faculty for those that are working the special location and whatnot. And then of course, because everybody's going to be getting special gifts and whatnot, and also we got the not the icebreaker, the pipeline, also put in a gift shop. So is that actually at the park? No, but it does use this empty space that I had quite well, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. So there we go. That's how we do things around here. Right, then we're going to get our shrubs again, and we'll fill in the rest of this space up all nicely. There we go. And then of course we need to get in our scenery, which since this is the special venue area, we're going to put in special lighting fixtures and whatnot, just to spruce the place up just a tad, because, well, we can. That's all we need to know. There we go. That looks good. And then, of course, we'll put in some nice benches and whatnot for people to come in, be able to take naps and whatnot if they so desire. Very nice. So we got that nice and built out. It didn't take too long, and we've already increased our overall guest participation very well. Now, so let's take a look at the park map here. Well, actually, I will, and I'll tell you what I see. So, what we have is this nice empty space right here with people going around the lake. Now, technically, the lake comes out a lot farther to right about here, basically, so we have all this empty space that we can use. So if we look over here, right about here, we'd have about Shamu Stadium. We'd have the not the pipeline icebreaker. We'd also have this will honestly be where we put the Sky Tower once again. Once we get these paths connected, that's where Sky Tower will go. And so back over here, we have the Shark area, which we need to be able to put in along with the fill-in for Mako. Then, of course, back in here, we're going to be able to put in our water rides and whatnot, as those are going to be Infinity Falls. So we got the Shipwreck Rapids and Rio Loco, so all those are going to go back there, of course. And then back here, along with the Sharks, will of course be Cirque de la Mar, because that's where that theater actually is. So we got the Nautilus Theater right back there, so that's going to work out perfect. Then, of course, right over across from Shamu Stadium, we're going to have Wild Arctic placed once again, and that's also going to be across from Icebreaker. So what I got to figure out is how close do I want to put this all together. That's kind of the problem that I'm running into, is how I want to space everything. So, if we go ahead and space everything, let's see. So we're going to have, obviously we have Shock Encounter. Where's my Shock Encounter? There he is. He's going to be right back here. So right along this path, along the lake. So let's go ahead and get our path going right along this lake here. That actually works really, really good. So we'll go ahead and get this. Go ahead and delete this right here, but we're going to go ahead and get at least our outline and stuff done, so we got this taken care of. So, this space right here, we can very easily get our Shock Encounter placed down right about there. We can also get our roller coaster fill-in for Mako placed down right in there as well, as long with Cirque de la Mar, which of course is Nautilus Theater. Then, of course, we're going to have some more food down here as well, so we can kind of move that around and place it somewhere around here if we need to. And then, what else do we have? Then, of course, over here is going to be where we're going to put in our water rides and also our Clydesdales once again, once we get to that. So, coming back over to here... So, we got this path right here working, obviously. So what we're going to do is we've got the Shamu Visions Stadium here. So we're going to use that as our Bayside Stadium. So Bayside Stadium, we're going to place right on the Bayside, because we kind of need to bring in the park space just a little bit. So what we're going to end up doing here, let me see. We're going to take this path here that we have, and what we're going to do is we're now going to bring this thing straight down, because we kind of need to close in the park space around just a little bit, because we're getting a little bit too big now for what we're trying to do, which is actually get the well, we're not even going to worry about that path right now. I'm not sure why I started deleting that. Don't need to. Kind of gotten the park a little bit too big, so now we got to kind of bring in everything together, which we got the stadium right here, obviously. We'll bring that around, bring that back around. Doop, doo, 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 doo. There we go. And then what we're going to have is we're going to have the path go straight through here now, and around to our stadium. which is going to leave us a little bit of space here to work with, and a little bit of space right here to work with, but we should be able to get that worked out pretty well. So there we go. So now we have Bayside Stadium opened and operating, which leaves us with what are we going to do with this space right in here. Well, since this is the special venue path for the most part, or at least was, what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and put in a video arcade for everybody. Put that right over here. So obviously it's next to another arcade, but that's okay. It'll work. And then we're going to put in some nice bushes and stuff all throughout here. And also do some flowers through the middle. That's what we're going to do. We're going to really just make this a nice little flower area and whatnot. There we go. That looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and put in some trees. Some palm trees straight through the middle here. Like that. That'll work. Then we'll do some little trees all along through here like that. Just working on the scenery here. There we go. Go ahead and delete that. And we'll get that back to where we need to be, which is right there, 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 there. There we go. So we got that taken care of, and go ahead and get those trees to continue on. And then what we're going to do is we'll put in some nice splashes of color all along this edge right here. There we go. And then we will finish that off with some added color right through these spaces right there. That looks pretty good. So now we got our new show and stadium going on, Shamu Visions. So that's going to be basically the fireworks show and whatnot, along with any other shows they might do, special venues and events that they might do at Bayside Stadium. So we've got that taken care of now as well. So now that we have that, we can start planning out our path this way and bring it around so that we have Icebreaker. So Icebreaker obviously going to sit right about here. So that's going to be interesting space-wise. I think what we're going to do is end up putting it right about there. So if we have that sitting right there, then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put the Sky Tower right on this little island, basically. Just have it right out there because I can. And because it kind of actually fits perfectly into that zone. So that's kind of why I want it there. Just works. So go ahead and get our grass planted in and around this for a second. There we go. And so we have all of that taken care of right there. So now right across from that, we have the Shamu Stadium. So obviously Shamu Stadium has like paths around it. So we can actually just kind of stick it right there in the middle and whatnot. And that should work out pretty good. Let's see, what else did we have going on with that? We can also put in like shop area and whatnot. So let's go ahead and start working on the path here. So we can do path right along the back here. So we're going to have this going along the back around Shamu Stadium because it's surrounded by a path anyway. So that works out really good. And go ahead and get that taken care of. Get that path going all the way around it. There we go. That works out really good. And then we're actually going to put the path 2 slots away from the front so we can do some nice scenery and whatnot around it. So there we go. Get that all nice and built up. Looking good like that. Then we'll go ahead and yes, we will have the path right there in a second, but we're going to go ahead and build the path out as far as we can here. So let's see, how far does this go? So then we got to shift the path over right about there. There we go. And we got to get the path to wrap around. So right about there, so go ahead and bring this on over. You'd actually put down another venue. Honestly, now I'm thinking about it, because it's a pretty big stadium, so we can actually put down 2 of these, and the park wouldn't be crowded, and the space would be aptly going on, because there's a lot of space that gets used there. So that's what we're going to do. There we go. So we're going to get a second venue, because I mean that the venue that is there is very, very large and gets used quite a bit, so we can actually have that going on and not be crowding the park too much. A little bit too much duplication, honestly, but there's a lot of seats at that Bayside Stadium, so we want to make sure we have everybody accommodated for the special shows that we do. So there we go, we got that taken care of. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and delete this path here, and then what we're going to do is call it a day, and we'll bring it back for some finished product, hopefully. Because we got to do a lot more work here on this particular project, as we got to get it to wrap around the entire length of the pond. And so that's going to be kind of interesting. So I'm going to get this deleted. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys here next time with SeaWorld Tycoon. And we're going to see if we can get this park built all the way around to the other end. That's our plan. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.